Hey, I'm Will Crosby. Over the past few months, I've been working with my dad, Harry Crosby, following up on leads for the Critical Care product by GTL. For me, it's the best lead to follow up on right now. I prefer to do that rather than spend my time working on internet leads or any other type of leads we get. I feel like my time is being used wisely when I'm working on a critical care lead. Customers are very receptive to hearing about a product that they can get, and it produces results. If you want to start working on your leads, your declines, follow this presentation and you'll be able to do it in a night. You'll have your letters in the mail tomorrow and you'll be ready to go. Start making sales. So you've got people looking forward to talking to you. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, email me at will.crosby@criticalcareplan.com. To do the mail merger, the first thing that you need to do is make sure that the Excel spreadsheet is cleaned up a little bit. Here's an Excel spreadsheet with a list of sample clients' names, and you can see insured name. You have first and the last name in the same column. And then you've got the address line 1, which has the street address, the city. If you scroll over here a little bit, there's the state and the zip. So it contains all of the fields you need, but you have to make sure that the first name and the last name are in separate columns. It's pretty simple to do that. What you need to do is just go to insert a new worksheet in your document and just copy that row with the first and the last name, copy it, and go into that second sheet and paste it at the top. I'll widen it up a little bit, and what you need to do is just highlight that row, click on data at the top, and you want to scroll down to text to columns. Click on that, and right here you can see that this text wizard is going to handle it for us. It needs to be selected delimited, and click on next, and you want to make sure there's a space here. Delimiters, click on space because there's a space that is separating the two, and so you can see now it's going to go ahead and separate the first and the last name. So at this point I can go ahead and click finish. And there we go. Got the first and the last name. I'm going to go ahead and name this header first name, and this one last name, and I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and copy all of those and go back to my original list, and now I'm going to insert a row here. I'm going to go ahead and insert both of these, insert copied cells, shift cells right. And there we go. Now, just to make sure that there's no confusion, I'm going to delete that row, the original row. And the other thing you need to make sure of is that your headers are all at the top in Excel. Excel gets a little bit confused if they're not. So go ahead to the top row. If you don't have that, go ahead and delete anything that's there so that you can make sure that the top row contains all of the nomenclature that identifies what's in your columns. So this is it. This is good enough here for me to go ahead and do the mail merger. So I'm going to save this. First name and last name are in separate columns. That's what we've accomplished. Now this is in the correct format to do the mail merger. You got to make sure that that file is closed to do the mail merger. Now what you want to do is pull up the letter template for the decline clients. And once you got it here, you can see that it's kind of already prepared here for you. You might have the one that you received might say different things here, but these little headers here, these are the places where you're going to insert your names. This is going to be your name instead of Jane Doe. It'll be whatever your name is, and then down at the bottom also what your name is. So I'd go ahead and clean that up first on your letter, and then go ahead and start your merger. The way you do that is go up top under Tools, click on Tools, go to Letters and Mailings, and then go to Mail Merge. Click on that. On the right hand side, it's going to say what type of document are you working on. to make sure that letters is selected. Go down to the bottom and click Next, Starting Document. How do you want to set up your letters? Use the current document. Click Next to select recipients. Now, down here, under Use an Existing List, you're going to click on Browse. Here's, you want to go ahead and find wherever you saved that Decline Excel spreadsheet. I saved mine to the desktop, so I'm going to go ahead and go down here and find the Decline. Here it is. So I'll pull that up. Now it says Sample Decline List. Make sure that that's the field that you want, and it is. So I'm going to click OK. And here we've got the different headers. You see the names it's pulling, and it looks pretty good. Go ahead and click OK. Now, click on down the bottom right hand side, Next, write your letter. Now you just get started. Highlight the fields where you want to insert the name. So in this case, you highlight first name. Over here on the right hand side, click on More Items. And then you want to make sure that whatever this is pulling from the Excel spreadsheet. And those column fields, those headers that identify what's in the columns, that's what these are. So in this case, mine is first name. So I'm going to go ahead and click Insert First Name. Box right there. Then make sure there's a space between first name and last name. And it's important that you get the first document in the format that you wanted. So make sure that you put in spaces where you need them, or commas where you need them. And anyway, now go click on More Items again. I'm going to scroll down to Last Name, Insert. Okay, and kind of, where it popped up this, put address 1 on the same line, so I'm going to hit Enter and put it back on that second line. We want the address to be underneath that, so that it's in the appropriate format. Click on More Items again, and I'm going to put the street address here, and mine is address line 1, insert, and so on and so forth. I really don't have to do this. I'm just doing this to show you guys this is what you would do in case your columns on your spreadsheet are named something different than address 1. But I want to make sure that the city, state, and postal code are on a separate line. So here we go. Now, here it says Hello Insured Name. I do need to change that because that's not on my spreadsheet. So I'm going to highlight that, go More Items, and I want that to be the first name. So I'm going to insert Hello. Now it says Hello First Name. And when you're done, it's going to actually put the first name of your client on the letter. Now, scroll all the way down. Everything looks good. This needs to be your name. Go ahead and make that change. And once you're satisfied with this document, it's in the correct format, go down to the bottom and click Next, Preview Your Letters. Now, as you can see, the first person on my list was Virgil Vegan, and it put in Virgil Vegan's name, their address, and it actually put their first name. Hello Virgil, I've got very good news. Now, you can preview all of the recipients. And if I click over here on the right hand side and click these 2 arrows, it goes to Jiminy Cricket, and you see Howard Happy, Hello Howard, and so on and so forth. You don't have to do that. What I do now is going down the bottom, click Next, Complete the Merge. So the merge has been complete. Now, to save this file, you want to click on the right hand side where it says Edit Individual Letters. And it's going to say All. Just click OK there. Okay, now it'll pop up, and you'll have, if you have 100 declines, they'll all be down. You just scroll down, and all the letters will be stacked side by side, and they're ready to go for printing. As you can see, all of these are ready to go. And it's inserted all of the clients from that list here. So your letter is now ready to be printed. Let's save that document. And go ahead and get out of that. Once you've done that, you do need the help form for your mail. You don't have to make any changes there, but that will also be needed to go inside of the mailer package. Mail merging your labels is very simple. What you need to do is pull up Microsoft Word, go to the top, and click on Tools. Scroll down to Letters and Mailings, scroll over to Mail Merge. Click that. On the right hand side, you're going to have Select Document Type. What type of document are you working on? and it defaults to letters. We're going to change that this time to labels. Go down to the bottom and click Next, Starting Document. Now you see where it says click label options to choose a label size. This is something that you need to do. You need to take a look at the labels that you purchased from Staples or Office Depot or wherever else, and you need to find out who makes the labels. And my labels are made by Avery Standard, and they're a specific model, 8160. So this is it. You may have to change yours. I would recommend using this label. Click OK. And it shows you the grid lines for the labels. You might want to check to make sure, and this is actually 10 rows and 3 columns, and that's exactly what I have. So we're ready to move on to the next step. Click Next for Select Recipients in the bottom right hand corner. Now you want to go up here to Use an Existing List and click on Browse. Here's where we're going to go back and do the same thing we did before and pull up our Decline list. And I have mine saved right here to my desktop. Click OK. Click OK. Now on the right hand side you can see click Next to arrange your labels. Now on the right hand side, if you go all the way to the top, the first option should be Address Block. If you click on that, you can see what the default format is right here in this preview panel at the bottom. So you need to change a few things. First of all, we're sending these mailers to clients, and so there's no company name. I'm going to take the company name out, and I'm going to put it in the format that I'd like to see, and I'd prefer to see Joshua Randall Jr. versus the other ones that are here. Insert postal address. Only include. We're going to put never include the country region in the address, and you can see down here it looks pretty good. Joshua Randall Jr. 1 Airport Way, Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. That's how it's going to look. Now I do want to click on Match Fields just to make sure that all the appropriate fields are there. Last name is matched up with last name. First name. See, this is just to make sure that what you have listed on the Excel spreadsheet matches up. You can see here where it says address 1, there's not matched up, so it would not come out right. I've got to click that box and go down and find what it is on my spreadsheet, which shows up like this, address line 1. I'm going to click that, and everything else looks like it's matched up appropriately. City, state, postal, and zip. That's perfect, so I'm going to click OK. Now, this is how it's going to look on the spreadsheet. That's perfect. I'm going to click OK. So, now, on the bottom right-hand corner, where it says underneath where it says Replicate Labels, click on Update All Labels, and that's going to copy that format that you used in the first label to all of your labels. Now, if you click on bottom right-hand corner where it says Next, Preview Labels, and here we go. We're essentially done with the mailer. Now you can look at these labels, and I only had 10 on that spreadsheet that I was using as a sample, and you can actually change the font if you like on these to make them fit. See how some of these zip codes didn't work out? I think I would just go copy all of these. I would just take the whole thing and I would probably reduce the font so you can fit all that on one line. And that looks like it'll do it. And anyway, we're all done. Now I've got the labels. All you got to do, click on Next to complete the merge. And again, you're going to click on Edit Individual Labels. Make sure it says All, and click OK. And now you can save this document to your desktop or email it if you'd like, or go ahead and print it directly if it's ready to go. Well, some of you may notice here how I had converted the name to a proper name format so that all letters weren't capitalized. I did not do that with the city, state, and the street. That's something that you can also do by using the formula I outlined in the first video. Hey, if you're a long-term care agent and you're preparing for a mail merger, you'll need to know these 2 tips. First one is, what do you do when the first and last name are both in the same column on the Excel spreadsheet that your admin sent you? It's pretty simple. what you want to do is highlight the row where that name is. Go up to the top of the toolbar where it says Data. Click that. Scroll down to Text to Columns. Click that. Here you want to make sure that Delimited is selected and click Next. Here you want to make sure that the check mark in the box next to space is selected. And you can see in the preview box that it shows you what your result is about to be. It's going to split the names up. Now you can click Finish. And as you can see, the first and the last name are in separate columns. The next step is you'll likely need to know how to change the names from all capital letters to proper names. This is a very simple thing to do as well. You may need to copy that entire row and paste into another spreadsheet so that you can do the conversion, or you can just go in here and right click and hit Insert, and it'll insert a row. You want to have two rows here, Insert. Anyway, so you'll have two spaces. In this case, I don't need that because I've got a whole bunch of open rows. But what I need to do is put my cursor in this box right here, hit equals, type proper, begin parentheses, select the cell, in parentheses, and enter. Now it's converted the capital name to a proper name. Now the quickest way for you to do the whole thing once you've got that initial formula is this cell that's highlighted in the bottom right hand corner. There's a little box. You want to grab that box as precisely as you can. Your cursor is going to turn into a crosshair. Drag it over to the right and let go. Now you want to do the same thing. Grab that box in the bottom right hand corner and drag all the way down and let go. And you're done.